Hello everyone, so I will start explaining the adjog method first. Now let's say the spectator they pick this card over here. Notice I'm hitting the long side while pointing the selection, in this case the 9 of clubs. I'm trying to square this long side with the selection in a different card. Okay, by hitting and pointing the selection. When I go down, I'm pushing this selection just one card more into the spread. Do not bring it all the way in, just one card. It has to be really slightly pushed. Now, because it is really easy to flash this selection above or below the spread, so it is really tricky. You have to maintain an equal spread. And I'm gonna use, let's say they want this card, I'm gonna leave it face up. I'm gonna use these two cards, these two indifferent cards. The selection has to be square with an indifferent card. Then when I go down, I'm slightly pushing the selection at least right under the second indifferent card, which is this. So I can adjust. The one is right above the selection. Okay, as you can see. From here, I can keep sliding the selection right further into the spread, so the rest of the cards may go right over the selection. Okay, so you can lose the indifferent card. Now let me go through one more time. I'm gonna leave it face up so I can make more emphasis on these two cards. I'm pointing toward the selection. I'm hitting to square this selection with an indifferent card. Then when I go down, I just push this selection one card below the spread, right here. Because it's really angle sensitive, so you have to be extremely careful. So I take this indifferent card, and this is concealed right below the second indifferent card, which is this. At this point you can continue sliding the selection after you adjust the indifferent card, because this indifferent card will conceal and help you out much more towards the sliding of the selection into the spread. So you can put all these cards right above the selection. Now at this point, when I'm spreading the cards right above the selection, I'm returning one card and putting it right below, because there are many other routines in which the selection must end up second from the bottom. When the deck of playing cards, the edge is pointing toward the eye level of the spectator, I try to do the move. I push and then I pull. Okay, just keep going forward. Now if the selection is going to end all the way at the bottom, you don't have to keep spreading. Let me give you an example. This is the 10 of spades. I'm just going to adjust the indifferent card, and I'm going to take this whole block and I'm just going to put it right over the selection. You don't have to keep spreading the whole bottom half, the whole pack. Right there. You don't need to keep doing this. At least this selection is going to end up second from the bottom. Then yeah, keep spreading. Then retract just a little bit. So this card, the bottom card, may end up below the selection. So that's important. Now for our other method in which you don't have to adjust, it is a bit more secure. Let's say the one, the ace of spades. I'm gonna rise this pack right over the selection. I'm just gonna retract the whole card right under the spread. Now this is crucial because I've been watching a lot of magicians in which they flash this control, the 5 of spades. When they slide it right under, you still can see this little corner when they slide it. And because it is 45-degree angle, it's more sensitive. So this is what I do. When I point towards the selection, I raise this hand and I move this finger right above, okay, to conceal the front over here. And it doesn't look too suspicious, you know. That is why I'm putting my fingers right above. Now, in this control, this is very important. I'm using the indifferent card. Let's say they want the ace of spades. They want this card. I'm trying to square the selection in a indifferent card by hitting and pointing the selection. And I'm gonna hold the indifferent card with my thumb. So when I push the selection into the spread, the spread from above remains equally separated. Okay, so there is no much difference. This is happening from below. Turn up close. I'm pushing with my thumb right here, this little section from the spread, so I can slide that selection right below the spread. But notice nothing happens from above, only from below. So when I bring this hand, I point, I'm trying to push a little further out this indifferent card. So it's easy for me just to hold it in position. So I can slide this card below, and the spread may remain equally separated. When I raise my hand to cover the selection, and when I go down, I start doing the move. I slide the selection, and I keep spreading right over, but obviously with the fingers over here. And when I move my fingers to the front to cover over here, I'm also clipping it with a ring finger. I'm folding the selection so it minimizes any exposure. That's what is happening. Very quickly, the selection, I slide it right here with these fingers over here. The one is holding the bottom half. I'm gonna slide it. Move fingers over here. You see I already hold it in position so I can keep spreading right over the selection. In the same situation, in case you wanna keep it a second from below, I'm spreading right over the selection. And when you reach the bottom card, you can just retract it and put it right below, so you end up with a selection second from the bottom. And that's it. So now a very quick recap for both controls. Pointing, squaring with the index, the long side, holding over here, and because this is going to be the jog method, I'm using the twin different cards over the selection, which this is the selection, and these are the twin different cards. I'm going to hold them with my thumb, so when I push the selection, it's going to be right below the second indifferent card. This is the selection, this is the second indifferent card. So I can move out the first indifferent card, and I started sliding the selection, so I can spread right over. And in case you want the selection to be second from the bottom, just retract a little bit, so the bottom card is going to end up right below the selection. For many other routines. Now this is the one without out jogging, which is I think a bit more secure. Putting the fingers over here, when holding, hiding by folding this corner, and putting the whole spread right over the selection. But notice when doing this control, this spread control, I'm just using one indifferent card instead of two. Just this card, so I can hold it in position with my thumb, and with these fingers, I'm gonna slide the card, hiding it with these other fingers in the front, and I can spread right over the selection. And in this method, it ends second from the bottom, depending on the routine. And that's it.